Hey, what's up everybody? It's Pablo1713. Hi and welcome in The Settlers. Yes, today very important topic and unfortunately I have to do this video. Very sad because I had big hopes about The Settlers and today we're gonna talk about everything that is wrong with The Settlers. Unfortunately, yes, the game isn't very good, but I'm gonna talk about it. And before we're gonna start, I just want to make a small disclaimer that you may say that this is based on the beta, right? Closed beta. But to be honest, I was part of a lot of betas and a lot of them are from the Ubisoft, like Anno 1800, it was perfect game. For example, The Division, super awesome game. The Division 2, then For Honor, which was really shallow and I did not like it. And then Ghost Recon Wildlands, also very shallow game, but because it was NDA, I was unable to pause. The same with For Honor. So, you know, I just left like 2 pages of my feedback about how bad those games were. And then the rest, and yeah, most recent, right? The Rainbow Six Extraction and also Battlefield 2042. So yeah, you know how it went with the Battlefield 2042. Not very impressive game, right? So yeah, what my point is that in all those cases, the final product of the games were the same. Because, you know, the closed betas are usually about one month, 1.5 or maybe 2 months before the final release. And, you know, this is not enough time to change the game. And basically what we are getting in the closed beta is basically the final product. And you're gonna have the same game. In all those cases, the game was the same as it was in beta. Of course, in beta we had some functions that was blocked, but, you know, the final product and the core aspects of the game were the same because, you know, you cannot change the game how it was designed, the base core. And in this situation, in The Settlers, yes, we have the problem with the base core of the game. And yeah, I'm gonna try to make it quick, and I don't know if it's gonna be possible because there are a lot of things that are bad in this game. But yeah, I don't want to, you know, I just hope that you will find this video interesting and helpful in your decision about the game. Alright, so let's start. Let's move on. So first of all, we are starting right in here. So first, game modes. What do we see here? Well, we have the skirmish and campaign, and that's it. What do you miss in here? Well, the sandbox. There will be no sandbox, which means that you will be unable to set up your own game and play how you want. So, for example, against 1 enemy, 2 enemies, 3, or maybe alone and just build. No, you cannot do this, and there will not be any sandbox mode. So, of course, campaign may be interesting, but I don't think so. Well, maybe, who knows, but if there's gonna be enough, I'm not sure. And with skirmish, what do we have here? PvP and casual, which are the same, and then onslaught, which they said that it's gonna be mode where you have some challenges. So well, I don't think that's going to be interesting to be honest. So this is the first problem that I have with this, that we don't have all the options that we want. And even in here, when I have one versus one, do you see any option to choose the map? No, there is nothing. Maybe they're gonna add something like here to select the map, but right now I don't see anything like that. And set up any options, we don't have any options in here. We cannot set up the game how we want to. The amount of resources, no, there's no such a thing. We just need to play how it is, and that's it. Do you think that's gonna be some connection with the Steam? No, because this is Ubisoft, so they will have no option for you to create your own maps or something like that. No, you're gonna have to stick to the 3 maps. They said that there are going to be 3 maps in here. So, okay, here in profile, what do you have in here? We got the challenges. So that's it. And do you have any achievements in here? Or maybe unlocks? No, we don't see this. So, this is going to be very shallow. You're just going to advance and then what? You're going to have points for standing? And then you're going to just watch how many matches you played? How many you have abandoned? That's it? I know that this is more than Battlefield 2042, but you know, this looks very shallow and empty. Not very interesting at all. Do you have any, I don't know, unlocks in here? No. Achievements section? Nothing like that. Very shallow, very shallow. Of course, in here we have shop and loadout, right? So this means that you will be able to buy some custom items, right? Or maybe customize your, what it was said, that border. You can customize your border. That's very, very awesome, right? And then in loadout you can equip it. Yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so let's go inside of the game and let's just start match. There is no randomness on the map. So right now I can show you and tell you that everything is in here the same. So here we got the stone, here we got the wood. In here you will be able to get stone and gold, and then in here you're gonna have the gem in here, then you're gonna have iron and also coal, and on the left side in here we're gonna have coal and also iron. In here you're gonna have coal, iron, or iron only, and then on top in here there is gem, and that's it. And always the same number of deposits, so 1 1 1. In here you're gonna be 2 2, so 4. It is always the same thing. This forest is always the same. On the bottom, the same amount of the forest in here, and on the left side it is the same. There is no randomness on the map. The maps are the same. There is nothing that can change. In here you're gonna have animals, and on the other side in here you're gonna have animals. That's the only thing that is in here. No, it was in here. So here you're gonna have animals in this forest, because it is like the mirror, and there is no randomness on the map whatsoever. So this is big problem, because you cannot even customize this. I could, it would be awesome if, for example, here you're gonna have, I don't know, 5 stone options or 6, that maybe in here they're gonna be forest, or maybe here, whatever. Just a little bit changes, but that will make this map fresh every time you're gonna play it. No, the map is the same every time. The landmarks are always on the same location. There is no randomness whatsoever. You have to play the same map with the same options every time. So this is terrible. Actually, this is terrible. Then another point, let's talk about this. So in here you got forest, but you cannot grow the forest. There's no reforestation. So this forest is pointless actually, because there's no point to use it, because you will cut down the trees, and then what? You're gonna need to anyway go in here and use only this forest, because this is regrowing. So this is only the source of the wood that will never deplete, right in here and then in here. But what's the point of getting in here if this wood is enough to survive through the whole game, because it is regrowing all the time? This is really stupid. This forest doesn't make any sense, because it's not regrowing. It's just in here for the new beginners that doesn't know about this system, that this wood is just in here because you don't know about that you will unable to plant the trees in here. So this is very stupid. And in here the same, you always start with this stone, which will get depleted, which means that you're going to need to go in here and get the stone mine. It is the same in here all the time. So this system is really stupid. Then let's talk about another thing. So engineers, yes, we got the engineers. They're very slow, but okay, that's what they are, right? Then they are doing a lot of important stuff. And how are you gonna get them? Well, by building the, where is it, guild hall. Okay, so if we're gonna build the guild hall right in here, you will see that the only way to produce him is to have the tools. And when you're gonna have the tools? Well, if you're gonna have another building, so coal mine and iron mine, then you can make the furnace and produce the steel, or they call it iron bars, and then you can produce the tools in, where is it? There was this building, toolmaker. Yeah, in toolmaker. As you can see, it requires steel, iron bars, sorry, and then I don't know, it's coal, I think. So to get them, you need to make a lot of effort to get this. So, and they are the only units that can build the buildings. So if you're gonna lose them, you're dead. You cannot build anything. This is very stupid, because your main base is not town hall where you can produce the main units. No, this is just the warehouse. It doesn't have any features. You cannot do anything in the warehouse. And this is another problem. This is your main building, warehouse, not the town hall. like most of games, this is the warehouse where you cannot do anything. You cannot spawn any of those units in here. No, you cannot do this. So if there's gonna be a situation that you will lose the buildings and you will stay with warehouse, there's nothing you can do. You will just get the defeat, and that's it. And in here, as you can see, to get this, you got 10 tools, of course, so you'll be able to produce 10 of those guys. But on the other side, when you're gonna deplete this, you are dead. Seriously, because you are unable at the beginning of your game to create the tools. Okay, now let's talk about military units. Well, you have at the start 15 soldiers, and I showed you in my previous video about how to win the skirmish game in less than 8 minutes, that you can basically take your units and go and fight in here against your enemy, and the person who wins that fight wins the game, because you are unable to produce the units. Because how you can produce them? You're gonna need to create academy. Of course, this is unlocked, great, but in academy you need to produce the weapons also. You see, you got 0 weapons. So to produce weapons, you're gonna need coal mine, iron mine, then a furnace, and then blacksmith. So 4 buildings that are available only if you're gonna expand yourself into the left side where you got coal and iron. So again, if you're not expand to the left side, then you'll be unable to produce those units, because basically if you're gonna place the academy, not academy but the training ground, you are unable to produce them. Again, this is like, no, that doesn't make any sense. You have units and you are unable to produce them at the beginning of the game. In the games like, I don't know, Company of Heroes, or you can produce the basic military unit, or in Age of Empires or whatever. You are always able to make the base unit that can defend your town. And now let's talk about it. About the warehouse. Can you produce any unit in here? No, you cannot. So you got here carriers. The people that are right in here, they are just NPC. You cannot select them. And they are converting, for example, to military units and also to engineers. And can you convert them in here to basic, I don't know, militia, or maybe basic engineer that is slower? No, you cannot do this in here. You have to have this building that will produce. So as you will see, if I'll click it, one of them, they're gonna go into the warehouse to get the tool that is needed to produce this guy. As you remember, they need to be cost 1 tool. As you can see, he's carrying tool, and then he can convert himself from the carrier into the engineer. The same situation with the military units. So again, it doesn't make sense. The solution, as I said before, will be something additional units that will be able to produce in your warehouse. This should be town hall, but okay, let's say that they're gonna leave the warehouse because this is how it's gonna be. They should add the option to convert those guys to some basic militia, for example, and basic engineer that can build, but for example slower. Say that this will solve this problem. Seriously. All right, let's now talk about another problem, which is food. Usually in games, food is very important part of the game, especially in RTS and games like Age of Empires, Anno 1800, and so on, and even Settlers previous versions, when the food was the key of the game almost. So what about food in here? Food in here only boosts the productivity of your buildings. So basically, it is not needed whatsoever. You don't have to use it. You don't have to use the boost because it will work anyway. So basically, all those food chains, about number of food chains, this is really small amount. You don't need this whatsoever. This, you can play the game without this, without any of the food in here. There's no point of it, because anyway this will start production and it will work without the food. It is just increasing the productivity, so the speed of the production in here. So basically this is just the extra, which is not very needed. So making fishes and bread and even meat doesn't make, and berries doesn't make, you don't have to do this. You can just skip this and don't build this, because what's the point? Anyway, you will produce this. So, you know, this is really odd design. And what's more, how many different production buildings we have. We got fishery, so that's 1. Then we have bread, so that's 2. Then we have meat and berries, so 4. Or in total. And do you have any complexity? This is just, you're just placing the fisherman hut, and that's it. With the ranch, you just place the ranch, and that's it. They are producing meat straight away. With hunter cabin, they're producing meat straight away. They just need, yeah, they just need animals. And do you have any information where are the animals? No, you don't have any information. The only place that there are animals are right in here. So yeah, and forager's hut, you just need berries, which are right in here on the right side, right in here, and also on the bottom, right in here. So yeah, so only complex chain is for the bakery, so for the bread. You got farm, windmill, and then bakery. So only somehow expanded chain, so just 1. The rest are just the buildings, you just place them and that's it. And even with the farms, you think that maybe it's complex. No, you're just gonna place the farm and that's it. There's no fertility, nothing like that. So there's no complexity of this. Just place the building and it's over. But then you place the windmill, that's over. Place the bakery, that's it. No fertility information, no farms. You don't have to place the crops, nothing like that. You just place the building and this is it. Another thing is that you have no information about productivity of your buildings. So in here, as you can see, we got only information in here that it is maximum efficiency, I can say. Because there's no information here whatsoever. And just because you place the building, it's maximum efficiency. That's it. You know, there's no fertility or anything like that. You don't have to place the farms. It is just working on super 100%, and that's it. That's great. The only efficiency info is right in here. As you can see, we got 3 stars. I'm gonna place it in here. There's only 1 star, and in here they will not collect it because it's too far away. The same in here. We got 3 stars because we got really close wood. In here we don't gonna collect it, and in here 2 stars, 1 star in here. That's it. And the same situation is with the mines. They are also showing the efficiency stars. Other buildings, like in here with the food, they don't show anything. So there's no information in here. The only information that you can have is right in here. So if you're gonna left click, you can select any of the items. So in here, for example, we got wood, and here we got information about production time. So we got plus 6 minutes in here. So in here we got information that we are producing 1 per minute, and that's it. And in here we got 0 per minute and 0 per minute. So basically you have to figure out if this is enough or not. And that's the only information in here that you have. Here we got 6 per minute, and that's it. No more information. So again, it is very shallow. Another simplicity about your main population, which is the carriers. They are living in those houses and they have no needs whatsoever. It's very simple, no needs whatsoever. They are just living. You need to build more houses to increase the number, and that's it. And you can increase the speed that they are showing in those houses by giving them bread. You can skip this because they're gonna move in anyway. So again, they have no needs whatsoever. You don't have to fulfill any food needs, nothing like that. They're just gonna be there and they're just gonna move in, no matter what. And you can just increase that speed because that's it. Because it's so simple. Yeah, it's too simplistic. Seriously. Oh man. Another weird thing that is not in this game, which is there is no save game. No save game in the skirmish where you are playing against computer. So if I'm gonna press leave, I'm just gonna straight away lose the game. You cannot save the game in 2022. That is crazy. Amazing. Seriously. If you're gonna start the game, you have to finish it. And if you're gonna play like in here with the proper rules, so you're gonna, expand the city, build the army, and so on, the game will take about 2 hours. 2 hours of game. So, for example, if something gonna happen, you're gonna need to go out, or I don't know, you don't have time, you need to finish. You cannot save it. You have to leave, and you will lose the game. And you're gonna have to start one more time. So if you're gonna want to start the game, you need to make sure that you have about 2 hours of free time, because otherwise you will lose the game. So you know, fun design, really fun design, I must say. Just amazing. Another weird aspect of this game is what they say in the video, that you'll be able to build the siege weapons. But what's the point of siege weapons if there are no walls in here? You can only build the tower, and that's it. This is the same, another tower. So what you gonna siege? The tower? You can just, you know, it doesn't have super big radius. You can basically just go around and access to the main building. And that's it. What's the point of siege if you cannot siege the city if it doesn't have the wall? It doesn't make any sense. Come on, guys. So yeah, no walls in here. You'll be unable to, you know, make the walls protect your city. No. You have only towers, so they can just slip past in here in the gap and attack your main goal. And that's another problem. What's the main goal of this game? It's not like get the resources, capture the points, or annihilation. No. The only goal in this game is to destroy the warehouse. Once you're gonna destroy the warehouse, the game is over. That's it. That's it. That's the only goal in this game. Destroy the warehouse. Another problem in this game is that everything builds really slow. Really goddamn slow. So in here, as you can see, we got the building. And to build it, it's gonna take super long time. It is very slow.
This isn't heavy at all. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you watch how long it's gonna take to build the gold mine. There's gonna be no fast forward. No, we're just gonna wait.
These goods are
And
heavy.
we're gonna see how long it's gonna take to build this. Do we have the patience to watch it? Maybe let's zoom in. And that's another problem, but we're gonna just talk about it in a few seconds.
I love these deliveries.
Is it finished? Oh, it's not. Still need to wait. Yeah, that was perfect sound of crickets. And he just left without the reason. Okay, he left, okay. Yay! Finally, we got the gold mine. Perfect. Now let's build something bigger. Warehouse. But don't worry, I'm not gonna let you wait for the time they're gonna build this, because it's gonna take ages again. You're gonna need to wait and wait and wait. So another problem in here is about the camera. This is the maximum zoom out. Maximum zoom out is like this. I cannot go anymore. And maximum zoom in, that's it. You might say that this is okay, but if you wanted to go and see all the animations, which are actually cool, they made really great animations in here.
This isn't
But
heavy.
I cannot zoom in anymore. That is limited. That's it.
Delivery coming through.
I would love to see the, you know, those animations, because they are cool. They made those animations and how the settlers are moving and actions of them really great. But I cannot enjoy it because I cannot zoom in anymore. And then can I rotate? It is only rotating in 30 degrees. So we got 0. Now we got 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. That's it. This is the limitation. I cannot move freely. I have to stick to the 30 degrees rotation. Why? I don't know why. Seriously. Why those limitations? I cannot zoom in closer. I cannot zoom out. This is the maximum thing. Another thing, let's talk about the gold. So what's the point of the gold? Well, you can use the gold and also the gems to make the research. And in research you're just increasing the stats of your units, so you can make them better. You have advantage against your enemy, and that's it. And once they're gonna, you know, get the gold in here into this building, this will mean that you will finish the research. So right now, where's the information about the gold? You don't see it, because you have to click in here and make the gold, and then you're gonna have the information about the gold. Other way, you can click the harbor and then you have information about the gold. So you can also use the gold to buy and sell some things. So if I'm gonna sell, let's say, yeah, we're gonna sell this, and what's the amount? Well, let's sell everything. 364. And now that's another thing, the difference between the gravel road and the dirt road. You're gonna check if there's a difference in the speed, because I don't see any difference. Because right now, those guys, they're gonna take, as you can see, wheat, and they're gonna bring it into the harbor. So we're gonna see if there's gonna be speed change, how they're gonna move. We're gonna try to observe this, if there's a big difference in the speed. Let's check this. So let's zoom in maximum. This is the maximum zoom in. Okay, maybe there's a speed boost. Yeah, there is a speed boost. Okay. But was it super speed boost? No, I don't think so. Another problem that I found. So right now I have two warehouses. So I got one warehouse and the second warehouse. And the stock is not shared between them, which means that if you're gonna place some building, like I place in here the mint that is requiring the gold, and I am getting the gold right in here from this gold mine, this means that this gold gonna need to be transferred from in here far away up to here, even the fact that it's close to the warehouse, because this gold will be not in here, it will be stored right in here. So we're gonna need to collect the gold from this warehouse and bring it back right in here to this building. So this is very strange design, but on the other side, this means that you are limited to your decisions, because you cannot place anywhere the mint. It has to be close to the buildings, which leads us to only one thing that you can make. So you need to make actually 3 sections, or maybe let's say 3 districts that are connected to each other, and that's it. So you're gonna basically make the same thing over and over again, because that's gonna be the only solution to get the proper production and proper, you know, functioning of your buildings. There's no creativity in here. If you're gonna place something like this, it will be inefficient and it will make no sense. So you have to place first everything, every buildings, like resident buildings, and maybe not even farms. No, this is just for the basic stone and the wood and the residence. That's it. The second will be placed right in here. We're gonna make the tools, the iron, coal, and blacksmith, and all the military units. That's gonna be the second. And the third will be right in here. We're gonna make the gold right in here, because this is the only spot for the gold. So here you're gonna use every building that can be connected with the gold. So let's say that will be the mint and also the research building, which is academy, and that's it. So only 3 buildings in here. So, you know, there's no creativity freedom, because you need to stick to, because of the unshared warehouse items. Right now we have gold in here because we sold some stuff in here in the harbor, and it is actually delivered to this warehouse. Again, if I will place the academy right in here, it's going to be transferred with a long road right in here. Well, it doesn't make sense again. There's no freedom of design. And another thing that there is no progress of your city. They said that you're gonna be able to advance your city. How are you gonna advance if you got everything unlocked in here and there are no tiers for your residences? So, you know, like in Anno, you have like 4 or 5 tiers of your residence, which are require more goods and better stuff. No, in here, everything is just really simple, and you don't have to advance anything. You have everything that is available straight away, and you are not progressing anything. You're just creating some stuff to create army, and then you can attack your enemy and destroy the warehouse, and that's it. That's the end of the goal. So all those pictures with those different designs of the cities are kind of fake, because there is no point to create anything creative. Just place it and that's it of the game. It is too simple. That's really problem. It's way too simple. Well, and another about the units. The last thing about the units, they said that you will have variety of the units to create different formations and so on. I basically found out that the archers, and again, it's hard to find the archers, are the strongest units in this game. Once you're gonna develop in the research institute, so academy, all the buffs from them, so better damage, then additional health, and even flaming hours, it will make them unstoppable because they can kill everybody. I just had like 26 of them, maybe 36, and they were able to kill every army from the distance, one by one, one by one. So I was only producing them, I was keeping them next to my towers, and they were defeating the enemies, and then I just rushed to the main warehouse, and that was the end of the game.
Ready for duty.
So this unit is way too strong, and there's no other point of building any other units. Just stick to the archers and you will finish and win the game. That's the only tactic that is possible in here. You don't have to make even the ritualist, that is healer, which is really hard to use, alchemist, and even fire warden. There's no point. You don't have to bother them. So before we're gonna finish, I found the Settlers Developer Insights video, and I just want to talk about a few things that they said in this video to, you know, show you that they are actually lying. So let's first start with this.
The Settlers offers a deep infrastructure and economy gameplay.
Deep infrastructure. Well, there is no deep infrastructure. There are just few buildings that you place and that's it. There's nothing, you know, complicated and nothing deep in this. You just place the building. There are no even food chains. There are only one food chain, which is the bread, and that's it. Just one food chain, and that's it. So yeah,
Gathering, take care of infrastructure with road connections and process all of those materials in order to advance their settlements further.
To advance their settlements further, well, you don't have such a thing like advanced settlement further. There are no tiers for your settlement. You have just base, you know, you got your base town and that's it. You don't have like in Anno farmers, engineers and so on, you know, investors, you know, there's nothing in here. You just have the base population and that's it. Even the buildings doesn't have any tiers, so you cannot expand and build, you know, and make something better from this, because you just build those buildings and that's it. There is no advance whatsoever in this game. So, oh man. Every landmark comes with its own requirements. So, well, you know what is the difference with the requirements? Bring the 1 tool, bring the 2 tools, or maybe bring the 4 tools, or maybe 8 tools, and that's it. Only bring the tools. And what more is very funny, that you have no actually control over your engineer. So you can actually just say bring up the tool and you cannot navigate him. If you're gonna try to interrupt his action, you will drop the tool into the ground and you will be unable to pick it up again, because it will be marked for the carriers. So they will go back to get this tool that was dropped and they will bring him back to your warehouse. Yeah, because you know, you drop the tool, you cannot pick it up. You were clumsy, right? So yeah, this is stupid. And when I was playing last time, there was a situation where I just collect the tool to bring to the landmark, and because I have no control how they're gonna move, they just went straight into the bandits camp and they get killed.
Is under attack.
You know, that's it. But that was super awesome. Yeah, and I was like, what? What? Why you are doing this? And you have no control. Oh, okay, let's go.
There's also a dash of trading, research.
And then also they saying about the research. There's only one building, and you're just, you know, it is not researching. You are not researching a thing. You just you're giving the extra boost for your infantry units, and that's it. There, no, you know, there's no technology that you can research or anything like that. You just increase the stats of your units, make them work faster to make more damage, and that's it. There's only one strategy. One strategy, which is just build the 3 warehouses. One is in the center where you start the game, when you go collect the wood and the basic stone, and then you can place some, you know, resident buildings. On the left side you will place all the military units and military buildings, because this is where you're gonna create everything for military. And on the right side you will just place building and warehouse that will collect the gold and the stone from the stone mine. That's it. That's the main strategy. And then of course you will go and destroy the warehouse. Yep. Yep, this is very interesting. Oh yeah, 1 minute 54 seconds. They said that they are bringing 3 different game modes. 3 give, not even 4. I have 4 fingers in here. No, they saying 3. Just 3, right? So that's gonna be campaign, that's gonna be PvP, and I mean, this is the, what was, skirmish, right? The skirmish, and then the onslaught mode, and that's it. So there will be no sandbox mode, so you'll be unable to customize your game, as I said in the first point when I started this video. So you guys can see that they even said that they're going to be only 3 different game modes, and they are very excited about it. All the factions that are available, all those 3 factions, let me show 4, but it's 3. It's 3, right? Oh yeah, now it's 3. 3 factions, they have the same buildings, they have the same designs and everything. So there is no difference between them, no whatsoever. They are the same. That's why they were able to make this video where just changing the skins of the buildings, because they are the same. They have the same design. So there's nothing interesting and nothing new, nothing unique in them. They are the same. That's why they were able to, you know, change the skin of the buildings, because they had the same buildings, right? There's nothing different from each faction. So that's why. Anyway, and then one more thing about this is that they are just faking the city, showing that you can make super awesome cities. But to be honest, they only made it on the purpose, because if you will build like them, it will be very inefficient, and that makes no sense, because, you know, you are very limited to the connections and how the carriers are carrying all the items. So making this wide village will have no sense, because you will just waste your time and you're gonna wait ages until they're gonna bring the proper item to the warehouse or to the building. So yeah, that is just a big BS. And actually there are 3 facts that will decide if you will win or lose the fight. First of all, if you have more units. If you have more units, then you're gonna win. Then if you are this building, it was academy, and you will research the boost for your units, then you will win. That's it, right? And if you will boost your units and your enemy will boost the units, then you will have the same boosts, which means that the person who has more units will win. That's it. That's it. There is no strategy here. And then the last thing is that if you're gonna boost the snipers and just wait inside your base for the first attack of your enemy, you'll be able with your towers to destroy the attack of your enemy, and then you can take all your snipers and just rush into your enemy base and destroy the warehouse. Yep, just 3. Just three options. That's it.
Happy that we were able to fit that goal into the framework of a modern game experience.
Modern gaming. They are saying this is modern settlers. They just want to sell you the items from the shop, so you'll be able to customize what? The edge of your settlement. Border stones. Yes, you will be able to buy the different looks of the border stone, and actually they actually had no idea what to sell, so they only give you this information about the border stones, and that's it, because they said and more and more, just like that, and more, right? They're gonna say that maybe some skins or maybe flags, or I'm not gonna even give them the ideas because I have plenty to customize your settlement, but no, they're just saying about the border stones. I don't even notice this border. I don't even care about the borders. Okay, let's move on to the last thing in this. You can see that there was attention to detail in here, right? Because even the animations of your workers are really awesome. They made it really good, but you know, the whole core game is just terrible and very shallow, and this is what they call the modern gaming experience. This is modern gaming experience that I just won't go back to like 1998 or whatever, when every game was much more deeper, much more, you know, enjoyable than this game. I cannot even say this is mobile game because this is modern settlers. So yeah, so I think that we're gonna finish in here. So I hope that I show you everything that is wrong with this settler game, and I don't know, what do you think about this game? You can share with us in the comment section below. Say what you're what do you think about this game, and what was your expectations, and are you gonna buy this game? That's very interesting. How many people are gonna buy this game and they will not believe in my video? Well, we're gonna see that. So yeah, too very bad and too sad that this is what's going on with the settlers, the future settlers. I had really big hopes about this game, but no, they did not deliver it. They, you know, it is very shallow and not very. So for me, it will be pass, and I will not buy it, and I will not play it. And again, I don't want to even think about this game anymore. All right, so that's gonna be it. So I hope that this video was helpful for you, and you know that you will now have more and clear vision about what you can experience in the future on March 17, when this game will be released. So yeah, all right, so that's it for today, boys and girls. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you had some fun with me, and I hope that we're gonna meet each other next time. So boys and girls, have a wonderful day, and if you're watching this at night, then good night. See you next time.